Peace be with you. Today's story is Sand Cake, and it's by the author Frank Asch, and he is the one that makes these stories about bears. So if you ever see a picture like this of a bear, you remember the popcorn book that I read during Halloween time? Remember there were bears that look like this? It's by the same author and illustrator. He's the one that draws bears like this. So I love his stories about the bears. So keep an eye out for books like that. And I wanted to read this one because we're getting close to summer. Summer's coming, and especially summer camp, because we only have a few more days of online learning with Miss Cherie. I am not going to be making videos for YouTube anymore unless you guys ask me for it. I won't do it, but I hope you had fun learning with me and watching these videos. I had fun making them for you. I thought about each of you when I made them, and I love you very much. So here's this cute story. And this story is dedicated to Frank Asch's dad, which is pretty interesting. We're in the month of May. This week we're going to end this month. We've been counting a lot of days in May, remember, with our calendar that I made? And the next month that comes up is called June. Can you say June? June has a special day in it. The special day in June is Father's Day. So this story is a neat one because he's dedicated it to his dad. And in the story, it's about a bear and his dad. So as we're reading this, I want you to think about your dad and what you enjoy about your dad, especially for Father's Day. And I hope you guys made that baseball glove and you threaded the string within it for Father's Day. Keep it a surprise until the day and ask Mom or Grandma when you should give them that for Father's Day. It's coming up. Okay, let's get to the story. One summer day, the bear family went to the beach where they swam and sunned themselves on a blanket. Do you see what the little bear is doing? He has a shell to his ear. If you ever go to the beach and find a shell that's hollow, which means there's space inside of it, you can hold it to your ear and you'll hear the air passing through, and it will sound like the ocean. And even if you are away from the beach, you can still hear that. So if you have a shell around your house that has space inside of it, the flat shells don't work for this. So try that with a rounded shell. Those are the best. And put your ear to it and you'll hear the ocean. It's a neat experience. After a while, Baby Bear said he felt like doing something else. "If I make you a cake, will you eat it?" he asked Papa Bear. "Sure," said Papa Bear. "If you use flour, milk, and eggs, I will be happy to eat your cake." I think Father Bear is smart because he was afraid Baby Bear would make something at the beach for him to eat, and he didn't want to eat that. And he knew, what did he know? He knew that there was no flour and eggs at the beach. Baby Bear looked around, and all he could see was sand and water for miles. "How can I find flour and eggs and milk at the beach?" asked Baby Bear. "That's easy," said Papa Bear. "Eggs come from a chicken, milk comes from a cow, and flour comes from wheat." "Well, if it's so easy," said Baby Bear, "then you can make a cake with flour, milk, and eggs, and I will eat it." "Okay," said Papa Bear, "I will." And he got up and went down to the water's edge. He picked up a stick that had washed up on the beach. With the stick, he drew a chicken in the wet sand. Under the chicken, he drew an egg. He scooped up the egg. See what he drew? in the sand. You can draw pictures. And what shape is an egg? Is it a circle? No, it's an oval. An oval is a skinny circle. And put it in Baby Bear's bucket. Then he drew some wheat and ground it up in his hands to make the flour. He added the flour to the eggs. See the wheat plant stalks? The stems and then the seeds are what you use to make flour. He grind it up. So he drew it in the sand and then he ground it up in his hands. Next, he drew a cow, and under the cow, a pail of milk. He poured the milk into the bucket with the eggs and flour. On all of this, he sprinkled some salt from the sea. Baby Bear is looking at this like, oh no, I'm gonna have to eat this. He's getting the salt from the sea. Then Papa Bear drew an oven. Where the oven door was, he dug a hole and buried the bucket. Come on, he said to Baby Bear, let's go for a swim. By the time we come back, the cake will be ready for you to eat. And there's silly things going on in the ocean in all these pages. So take a look there and you'll find things. What do you see there? An elephant on some skis. That's silly. Do you see how he made an oven and he made the hole and he put the bucket in there? Pretty creative. All the time Baby Bear was swimming, he kept wondering, how will I ever be able to eat that cake? When they came up out of the water, Papa Bear dug up the bucket and turned it upside down on the beach. The cake was done. Well now, said Papa Bear, are you going to eat the nice cake I made for you? Sure, said Baby Bear. He picked up a stick and drew a picture of himself around the cake. Here I am, and I have eaten the cake. See it in my stomach? See, he drew his body, his head, his feet, hands, ears, nose, mouth, and eyes. Papa Bear laughed and gave Baby Bear a great big hug. Now I am hungry too, he said. They were being playful with each other. Then you can both have some of my cake, said Mama Bear. And she opened the picnic basket. I made mine with real flour, milk, and eggs, and it was delicious. And if you look at this airplane, sometimes you'll see airplanes with messages on the back, and it says, the end. And they're enjoying a cake at the beach. I have never had cake at the beach. It's probably something I should do. Maybe I'll do it on Father's Day. Make my husband a cake for Father's Day and take it to the beach and enjoy it. All right, I hope you like the story, guys. God bless you.